That's a little bit extra for today. Yeah, that's ice. The whole back of this pocket right here to about right there is frozen. That's incredible. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I'm so glad that you guys clicked on this video today because it's another great day to be alive, another great day to go fishing. Now, it's a cold one today, and it has been a cold one here in East Tennessee. Now, we've not got the snow like you guys up in New York have got. You know, you guys up in Buffalo got hammered by a big snowstorm, but what we have had is some unseasonably cold weather, meaning, you know, it's been like highs in the 30s and the 40s and lows into the 20s and the teens, and it's resulted in stuff like that, like ice forming in the backs of the pockets. Drove over a creek that I was just fishing a few weeks back that has sheets of ice floating in it, and you just don't see that here in East Tennessee very often. So it is very cold. Also, to factor into that and to compound kind of on the coldness is the fact that it's 100% humidity. So you can only imagine. That's cold in East Tennessee. It's just different. But we've got the boat out today. It was honestly just a little too cold for me to get out in the kayak and go on a creek fishing adventure. But we're continuing the whole series of fishing affordably because today we're fishing on a lake that's very close to my house. We're going to use the minimal amount of gas possible. Literally going to make one run or two runs at most and keep it real close to the boat ramp and try to catch some fish today. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's cold, it sucks, but I've got some brand new crankbaits that I'm wanting to throw from Berkley. I want to see if they're all that they're cracked up to be. And yeah, without further ado, I'm glad you guys clicked on this video. I appreciate you very much. But I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go catch some fish, and hopefully you guys will enjoy today's video. There we go. Man, that fish is pissed. Come here, buddy. There we go, guys. Fish number one on the money badger. Ooh, that's fun. He hit that thing hard too. Heck yeah, dude. Golly. God, they're hitting this thing so hard. Alright guys, here's number two on it. God, they're not big, but when they eat this thing, they are absolutely pile driving it. I think it's that belly on there. That color is insanely cool just because of that belly. I think they're coming up under it and just blasting it because of that belly. Total reaction. It's freaking awesome. Thanks, buddy. Oh my gosh, I've got one hooked in this tree. I've got one hooked in this tree, okay? There we go. Literally, that was one of the coolest spots that I've got all year, and that's a good smallmouth too. Stop that. Stop that. Look at this. Oh, that is cool, man. Look at that. I mean, you think he wanted it? He come up. I got that thing hung in that tree and twitched it about twice, and he ate it. That's awesome. That was a cool bite right there, guys. Look at him, he is barely hooked too. That is so cool, man. It's a good little smallmouth. Actually a little bit better than the rest of them right there. That fish was like right up on the bank and ate that thing. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Thank you, buddy. Three fish in about 150 yards ain't too bad. It means they're biting today. Just got to keep that little trainer rolling there, and they are smashing this money badger. Like, they're eating it so hard, which I like. I like when they eat it good and hard. You know, when they're just kind of coming up and barely grabbing a hold of it. That sucks, especially with treble hooks. When they come up and smash it like that, and they really get it good and you hook them good. That's what I like when I'm throwing something with treble hooks on it. But there's one. There's another one. Speaking of, I like that 4 in about 150 yards. But and just like that one, I mean, they get it. It's that orange, I'm telling you. They get so keyed in on those bright colors this time of year, whether it's orange, chartreuse. I mean, for me around here in East Tennessee, it's orange, right? That's the color that always does the best. You know, they focus in on those oranges and those kind of crawdad looking colors, and they want to eat it. But yeah, that's fun. This little crankbait is actually really cool. It's a little bit different, you know. It's a little bit harder knocking. It thumps a lot harder than any other small body medium diving crankbait, you know, in this range. Like Spro Rock Collar is one of my favorites for this time of year, Bandit 300, and it's in that body size range, but it just thumps really hard, which is interesting. I think that that's also getting some reactions out of these fish, is just because it's got a little bit different sound than other baits in that same category. But we're gonna keep tossing it around here. I'm digging it so far. Casts well, runs through this cover really well. I think that bill design really helps to kind of lend to it coming through that cover really well. But we're gonna stay after and keep catching these fish. That's it. Nope. God, they hit it so hard. I mean, they're just stomping the shit out of it. Golly. I mean, like, every time I hook one, I think, yep, that's a big one. And it ends up not being, because they're hitting it that hard. I mean, coming up behind it and just, I mean, stomping the crap out of it. These fish are feeding is what's going on right now. I mean, that's 6 bites. And I'll be honest, on this lake, I just got to weed through those right there. And eventually, I can promise you guys, I'm going to run into a right one. These fish are feeding good. They're eating this crankbait good, which makes me happy. Because this is like one of my favorite ways to catch a fish. This small body, medium diving crankbait this time of year. And what's funny is I made a video a couple weeks back, and you guys really enjoyed it. It was a fall, like late fall fishing video. And in that video, I actually didn't put this part in the video, and I meant to. And I was struggling with the leaves being, you know, floating on top of the water and hooking those leaves. And I said, there's something that happens to the water temperature when it gets sub 55 degrees that those leaves start to sink. And all the leaves have sank. And I said, when that happens, they start eating that crankbait good. And that's happened here. And they're eating that crankbait good. And so, I don't know. That's funny, a little funny observation of mine. Something that I've noticed. But, yeah, there's number, what is that, 6? And about 200 yards. So, we're going to keep on just keeping on. Let's put the trolling motor down and let her eat, boys. Alright guys, so let's talk about the crankbait for a minute. Again, the Money Badger, 6.25 size. This is the 9 to 11 foot diver. Really digging this size. Like I said, I just accidentally broke the bill off of that one. So we're going to tie this one on because it's got that same really bright orange color, which I think that is what those fish are reacting to, is that really bright orange color. So hopefully they'll react to this one just as well. I mean, this one's completely that bright orange color, but they should eat it. I mean, you guys can see essentially the same color. This one's a matte color, this one's more glossy, but still they should eat it. So yeah, you know, only me, man. That's usually my luck, is I'll have one of the thing that's working really well, and I'll end up breaking it. So it's the way I roll, guys. It's the way I roll. There we go. Smashed it. I mean, smashed it. Look at that. Man, that is awesome. There we go. I mean, golly, do you think he wanted the freaking thing? Lord have mercy. Check this out. Switched up that color because I broke the bill off the other one. I was kind of worried, honestly, that they weren't going to eat it as well, but they're wanting that orange color. I think that's the deal today, is they're wanting that orange. I mean, it could just be profile, but the way that they're eating it makes me think that it's a lot more than the profile, that it's also the color. So yeah, we're gonna stick with this this orange color here. I'm honestly not sure what this one's called, to be honest with you, but we can find out real quick. The package is still laying right here. This color is called Blaze. So this is the Blaze 6.25 Money Badger. I'm going to link it down below in the description. Tackle Warehouse links. Go use those links when you use them. I get a little kickback on it. Helps to put gas in the boat, gas in the truck, and just keep making videos on this channel. So go check them out. I'll have everything linked down below. I'll have the Money Badger. I'll have the rod, reel, line. The whole nine is going to be linked down below. So go check it out. That's a better one. It's just a smallmouth. It's a better one. That's awesome. There it is. And I'm hammering them. Another one on the old Money Badger. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, sir. So what I like about this crankbait already is two things. Number one's that bill. The bill's very wide. You guys can see it's got that very rounded, wide profile. It makes it come through cover phenomenally well. I've only hung this thing up one time. In this type of fishing, I've normally hung up 6 or 7 times by now, just because, you know, it gets pinched in between tree limbs or rocks or whatever. But with this thing, it just seems to not have that ability. And then the second thing is the action on this thing. It's tight, but it thumps really, really hard. Other crankbaits in the category, like I said, don't thump as hard as this one does. What I think is, I mean, it's probably leading to some of these bites as well. It also has a really slow rise, which is cool. So that means, you know, I can be cranking it down there and just kill it, and it's not going to start to float back up really, really fast. It's kind of a slow rise on it, which when these fish get kind of finicky, can help a lot, because you can kind of do a stop and go retrieve. But so far, I'm very impressed with this crankbait. It's you guys know me. I'm a rock crawler snob, and so, you know, I've caught a lot of fish, a lot of big fish on a rock crawler, so it's hard for me to put a rock crawler down. But definitely giving this Money Badger a chance, and I have to say already, it's kind of earned its place in my box as far as, you know, a crankbait that I'm going to include with Bandit 300, Spro rock crawler, you know, those types of baits. This thing is really, really good, and also the paint jobs are pretty sick. That's one thing I've been really impressed with Berkley about lately, is paint jobs and putting good hooks on everything. So you're getting baits that look really good, catch fish, you know, like this Blaze color. It's like, if I could have made a color, I would have made that one. And then putting those Fusion 19 hooks on there are good too, because if you guys have seen, every one of these fish has been pinned well and not come off. And you can't say that about every single crankbait brand. I'm normally switching out hooks, but I actually trust these Fusion 19 hooks because they're good. So yeah, we're staying after it here, boys. We've not even turned the big motor on since we made that initial run. We literally have just put the trolling motor down and probably covered, oh, I just got bit right there at the boat, and probably covered probably 500-600 yards at this point, and caught 12-13 fish. So it's pretty good for a day like today, especially as cold as it is. Yes. Hey, buddy, what you doing? You're good, man. I just boat flip like a I just boat flip like a 2-pounder. Yeah. Yep. They are stroking this money badger, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, they are eating. Yeah, let go of it. He's literally biting it right now, guys. Look at that. He's biting it and won't let go of it. He's like, I don't want you to take the crawdad. You can have the hooks, but leave the crawdad. That's funny. There we go. Look at that, guys. That's another one. Ain't a very big one, but that one on the old money badger. They're stomping it. Look at this thing, man. I mean, they are eating it so hard. Like, I'm reeling it, and it's like I reel into a rock, and then the rock starts fighting back. There we go. A little bit better one. There you go. This ain't big, but man, it's fun. They're crushing that thing. Golly, you fish are just so mad. Quit being so dead, Jim, mad. I had to switch up the color again. Unfortunately, broke that other one off too. I'm struggling today on breaking stuff off, guys. I don't know what my deal is. So I've tied on this kind of school bus yellow with an orange belly. It's loud, it's bright. I think the orange is the key, but I've caught them on a color like this here before. It's like this school bus ugly color. I'm really not even sure what that color is called. I'll have to make sure and link all the colors down below for you guys so you guys can check them out. But I like this crankbait a lot. It's different. I mean, knocks hard while still having a tight wickle, dives deep quick, comes through cover really, really well. The hooks are phenomenal. I mean, it's a good crankbait, and you guys have seen today it's done really, really well. And honestly, this is one of the toughest lakes around me. For it to have done as well as it has today, it's a good sign of a good crankbait. So I'm digging it. Well, guys, we gotta call her quits for today. I had a ton of fun throwing that brand new money badger from Berkley. I will make sure and link this down below in the description. Go down there, use those links, purchase you some money badgers just like this one. Helps me out on the back end because those are Tackle Warehouse affiliate links. But yeah, guys, little 6.25 and 6.7 size money badger. Threw it in a few different colors. I'll make sure and link them all down below. Some 10-pound Berkley fluoro shield, a 7-foot medium moderate fast action winch rod by Abu Garcia, ALF 6-gear ratio, and that is what I put all the fish into the boat with today.